إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. قال الله عز وجل في كتابه الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال في مقام آخر: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال في مقام آخر: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My brothers and sisters in Islam, before I begin with the Jummah Khutbah today, I just wanted to let you know that it's not easy being a Hafidh, especially in Southern California, especially if you end up going to different masajid, giving various khutbahs. Sometimes, or actually many times, this is what many Hafidhs do. They'll write a few khutbahs for the whole year, and they'll give them at different masajid. So let's say I give this khutbah today at IOK, this same khutbah I'll probably give at another masjid, so that we recycle the same subject over and over. We don't have to write a new one every week. It takes many hours actually to even put one khutbah together, believe it or not. Even though it's just a 20 or 30-minute talk, it takes a lot of preparation. So today, I'm saying this because today I'm going to be giving a khutbah on a subject that perhaps maybe some of you have heard at other masajid. As you know, IOK is alhamdulillah pretty new, and many of you have joined us here today, but before this you used to attend other masajid, so maybe you have heard what I'm going to speak about today at a different masajid. But at the end of the day, a reminder is a reminder. وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And remind the believers because reminders are beneficial. But I thought I'd just mention that today. So this khutbah I'm giving today, I didn't give here at IOK before, but I might have given at other masajids that you attend and have attended. The khutbah is about the whispers of shayateen, the bad thoughts that come to our mind. Sometimes we ask ourselves, and sometimes we question ourselves, that you know what, I get a lot of bad thoughts in my mind. What does this mean? Does this mean I'm a bad person? Does this mean I'm a transgressor? Sometimes people maybe even ask themselves, does this make me a disbeliever because I have such bad thoughts that come to my mind? Our Prophet ﷺ has told us in a hadith recorded by Imam Tirmidhi, إِنَّ لِلشَّيْطَانِ لَمَّةٌ بِابْنِ آدَمَ وَلِلْمَلَكِ لَمَّةٌ. That within the heart of every son of Adam, shaitan stirs a certain thought, but so does an angel. فَأَمَّا لَمَّةُ الشَّيْطَانِ. As for those thoughts that are stirred by shaitan, what are they? فَإِعَادٌ بِالشَّرِّ وَتَكْذِيبٌ بِالْحَقِّ. They are those that make you deny or encourage you to do all types of evil deeds, and those that make you deny and reject the truth. وَأَمَّا لَمَّةُ الْمَلَكِ. And how about those that are stirred by the angel? What kind of thoughts are they? فَإِعَادٌ بِالْخَيْرِ وَتَصْدِيقٌ بِالْحَقِّ. Those that encourage you to do all types of good deeds, all types of goodness, and those that make you accept and affirm the truth. And our Prophet ﷺ went on to say, فَمَنْ وَجَدَ ذَلِكَ فَلْيَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ مِنَ اللَّهِ فَلْيَحْمَدِ اللَّهِ. So whoever finds this good thought coming from an angel, know moreover that it came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And go ahead and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. وَمَنْ وَجَدَ الْأُخْرَى. But if you happen to find those bad thoughts that were stirred by the shaitan, or any bad thought that comes to your mind, فَلْيَتَعَوَّدْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Then seek refuge in Allah from the shaitan. And then the Prophet ﷺ recited from some verses from Surah Al-Baqarah, ثُمَّ قَرَأَ الشَّيْطَانُ يَعِدُكُمُ الْفَقْرَ وَيَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ. That shaitan promises you poverty. He puts the fear of poverty in your hearts, and he encourages you and orders you to perform all types of immoral actions. This was a hadith by the Prophet ﷺ. Now some of you may be saying, okay, but I understand this point. Bad thought from shaitan, good thought from an angel, moreover from Allah. Understood, I already know this. But the thoughts that I get in my mind, they're really bad. Bad to the bone, as some may say. So what do we say about this? There's a narration recorded by Imam Muslim in which a group of companions once came to the Prophet ﷺ. جاء ناس من أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فسألوا. A group of companions came to him complaining, إنا نجد في أنفسنا ما يتعادم أحدنا أن يتكلم به. They're complaining to the Prophet ﷺ that we get such bad thoughts that we are ashamed to even speak about it. We're ashamed to even speak about it. So what did the Prophet ﷺ say? Astaghfirullah? No. Did he say you all are misguided? No. He asked them a question in return. He said, قَالَ أَوْقَدْ وَجَدْتُمُوهُ. Do you really get these kind of thoughts? قَالُوا نَعَمْ. They said, yes, we do. And you know what the Prophet ﷺ replied with? And remember this response. He said, قَالَ ذَلِكَ صَرِيحُ الْإِيمَانِ. That is a clear sign of faith. A clear sign of faith. Now one of you may be asking, how is it a clear sign of faith that someone gets these terrible bad thoughts in their mind, and then the Prophet ﷺ is saying that this is a clear sign of faith? How is it a clear sign of faith? Well, it's not a clear sign of faith that they get the bad thoughts, but it's that, number one, they did not believe in these thoughts. They did not act upon them, and they were ashamed to even speak about them, as Imam Nawawi rahimahullah mentioned. You know, it takes a man to withhold the things that go on within his mind, or even for a woman within her mind. It takes resilience, it takes a strength to prevent yourself from believing, acting, and even speaking upon the bad things that cross your mind. So the Prophet ﷺ is saying that this is a sign of clear and true faith. Moreover, to elaborate on this point, from a surah that all of us are familiar with, and verses from that surah that we all are familiar with, the last two ayahs of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. That whatever is in the heavens and earth belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِن تُبْدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ يُحَاسِبْكُم بِهِ اللَّهُ. And whatever you decide to conceal within yourselves or reveal, the thoughts that are inside yourselves, whether you decide to reveal them or conceal them, يُحَاسِبْكُم بِهِ اللَّهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take you to account for them. He will hold you accountable for them. When this verse was revealed, the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam fell to their knees. They fell to their knees and they complained to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you know what? We were commanded to perform salah, to fast, to give zakah, to strive in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this is too much for us to bear. If we are going to be held accountable for the things that cross our minds, this is too much for us to bear. What did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? قال أتقولون كما قال أهل الكتابين من قبلكم. Will you say what the people of the book said in the past? قالوا سمعنا وعصينا. They said we hear and we disobey. But you should say قولوا سمعنا وأطعنا. Say we hear and we obey. Accept what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is revealing in His book. And subhanallah, it turned out that the next few verses were revealed in that same manner. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the glad tidings to the companions in the next verse. Or some may even say an abrogation. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not burden a soul more than what it can bear. لَهَا مَا كَسَبَتْ وَعَلَيْهَا مَا اكْتَسَبَتْ. And whatever good that it earns in this life, it will be rewarded for, and any bad, it will be held accountable for. And the Prophet ﷺ commented and mentioned, إِنَّ اللَّهَ تَجَاوَزَ لِي عَنْ أُمَّتِي مَا وَسْوَسَتْ بِهِ صُدُورُهَا مَا لَمْ تَكَلَّمْ أَوْ تَعْمَلْ أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pardoned my ummah for the thoughts that cross their minds, as long as they do not speak or act upon them. And of course, not believing in them is understood here. So alhamdulillah, this is from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Moreover, from a hadith Qudsi, a hadith where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, إِذَا هَمَّ عَبْدِي بِسَيِّئَةٍ فَلَا تَكْتُبُوهَا عَلَيْهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling the angels that if my servant thinks of something bad, don't record it for him as a bad thing. Don't record it for him as a bad thing, him or her. فَإِنْ عَمِلَهَا فَاكْتُبُوهَا سَيِّئَةً. But if he or she happens to act upon that bad thought, then go ahead and write it as a bad deed. A bad deed. سَيِّئَةً. وَإِذَا هَمَّ عَبْدِي بِحَسَنَةٍ. But if my servant even thinks of something good, فَاكْتُبُوهَا حَسَنَةً. Then write it for him as a good deed. Write it for her as a good deed. Just for even thinking about something good. Whether he ended up acting, or whether she ended up acting upon it or not. Write it for them as a good deed. فَإِنْ عَمِلَهَا فَاكْتُبُوهَا عَشْرًا. And if they happen to act upon it, then write for my servant 10 times that amount. Multiplied by 10. Allahu Akbar. This is from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you happen to just act upon a good deed that you thought of for a second, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have it multiplied for you by 10. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now the real issue today is not that we get bad thoughts. Bad thoughts will come to all of us. Imagine, the companions of Rasulullah were concerned about this. But it's how to prevent ourselves from getting excessive bad thoughts, from believing in these bad thoughts, from acting upon these bad thoughts, and even speaking about these bad thoughts. So how can we prevent ourselves from doing this? Inshallah, I'll mention a few pointers today. First and foremost is seek knowledge. Learn more about the deen. The more you know about this deen, about Islam, the less of an effect shaitan will have on you. The less of an effect shaitan will have on you. You know, I know these days it doesn't take a wise man to figure out Islam and Muslims are being attacked in the media. A lot of negative things, a lot of bad stereotypes are out there, Islamophobia. It continues to go on and on. Sometimes these kind of things may put bad thoughts in Muslims' minds. In Muslims' minds, I'm not even talking about non-Muslims. This may even affect the Muslims. And they may even reconsider their faith at times and say, you know what, do I really want to be a Muslim? Islam, is this really a religion I want to be a part of? Look at all these bad things they have to say about it. Is my religion any good? But wallahi, if you even knew the basics about this deen, even some basic facts about this deen, not even some very detailed information, you would have enough to protect you from all these negative things that are going around, all these negative things going on in the media. Just look at the name of our religion. Start off with the name. Islam. What does Islam mean? Submission. Submission to who? The Creator. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God. Submission to God. What is a Muslim? One who submits to God, submits his will to God. If you were to even come up with a name for a religion, there could be nothing more pure than Islam. Submission. What is more pure than that? We're not named after any tribe, any scribe, any Jew, or any rabbi. We're named after what? Those who submit themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Moreover, how about our belief? La ilaha illallah. This is the foundation of our faith. La ilaha illallah. There is nobody, no deity, nothing worthy of worship except God Himself, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself. You know, if you ask most people about this statement in the world, regardless of what the faith they claim to be a part of, they will agree with this statement. most people agree with La ilaha illallah. There's only one God. Only one God should be worshipped. But when you look at their actions, when it comes to the application of their worship, you will find them going a different direction. Some people may take a statue as God. Some people may attribute a son to God. Some people may attribute a saint or a pope to God. Some other figure making shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you look at those people on earth that claim they believe only in one God, and in their application also do the same, guess what? There's only one choice for you. Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it that easy. I know this may sound very simple, but it's reality. It's as simple as this. Certain group of people claim that they only believe in one God and they only worship one God, and they also do it. They also practice this way. And that is a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept their choice so simple. Moreover, the book that we read, the Quran, alhamdulillah, over 1400 years have passed. Not a single letter has been changed. We have over 10 million Muslims in this ummah that have memorized this book from cover to cover. From cover to cover, and the majority of which are non-Arabs. Non-Arabs. Can you think of one person from any other faith that has memorized their book cover to cover? Whether even if it's in English, any language, translation, you name it. You will have trouble even finding one. Look further into yourselves and you'll find a miracle within yourselves. All of you, alhamdulillah, have some portion of the Quran memorized in its original form. Alhamdulillah, some of you know Juz Amma, some of you know maybe half the Quran, 10 Juz, some of you know just a few surahs from the back. Alhamdulillah, you know something. You have some portion of your religious book memorized in its original form. You have more of your religious book memorized in its original form than scholars do of other religions regarding their books. Allahu Akbar. This is a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, this doesn't mean you all became muftis and you can issue fatwa after Jummah. But rejoice from the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Moreover, what are some other ways we can prevent ourselves from allowing bad thoughts to affect us? Keep good company. Keep good company. Those who you hang out with, those who you admire, and who inspire you, who you want to be like, will shape your life. Look at yourself in the mirror, look at the way you act, look at your aspirations in life, and you will find a striking similarity with those who you hang out with, those whom you love, those whom you admire. You will find a striking similarity. You will be like those who you hang out with. If you hang out with people that act like Snoop Doggy Dogg, you'll become a doggy dog. If you hang out with people that smoke hookah all day in the bars on Fridays or any other weekday or weekend, you'll become those losers that smoke hookah all night and have nothing better to do in life. You'll become like those who you hang out with. If you hang out with good company, their goodness will brush off on you, and you'll get those good characteristics from them. So keep good company. And the next point that's closely related to this is that try not to spend too much time alone. Sometimes we can't find any company, whether it's good or bad. Whether it's good or bad, sometimes we just can't find company. Our parents are at work, we're left home alone, not really many friends nearby, and we're sitting at home alone, and we have our other friend sitting with us, the 40-inch or 60-inch friend, very skinny, full of all types of information with us. Be very careful when you're alone. Use your time wisely. Because you know what happens when you spend too much time alone? It becomes a bird's nest for shaitan to come and plant all types of bad thoughts in your mind. Use your free time wisely. Use it in a useful manner. Watch some videos on the internet regarding Islam or the Muslims, or something beneficial for your school, something that you're studying, whatever the case may be. If that doesn't sound too exciting to you, then do something beneficial for your physical body. Go exercise. Take a walk at the park, or a walk at the beach. But lower your gaze, or you might get some other bad thoughts. But keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy doing something good. And the last point I want to mention is that remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in abundance. اذكروا الله ذكرا كثيرا, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in abundance. وَسَبِّحُوهُ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. Remember Him in the morning and evening and throughout your 5 prayers. What do you think these 5 prayers are here for? To serve as a reminder for us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this dunya and He knew the things that would come and sway us from the right path. And these prayers that we have, they're established so that we prevent ourselves from going in the wrong direction. So that we stay focused every single day. So that we don't slip for even one day. These prayers are here for that. Moreover, remember Allah even aside from the prayers throughout your day. In the car or walking, wherever you are in school. Remember Allah in your heart and your lips. Through your mind. And He'll remember you. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those who remember Him. And we ask Him for protection from all the bad thoughts that come before Him. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. One thing I want to mention quickly before we close the khutbah today. It's another subject that's very closely related to the whispers of shaitan, and that is the evil eye. The evil eye. Now, some of you may be saying, you know what, brother, the evil eye? Are you kidding me? This is not real. Well, actually, this is something real in Islam. In fact, a story is mentioned in the tafsir of Surah Al-Qalam when the Prophet ﷺ was on a journey with a few companions and they stopped by at a certain place. And one of the companions, Saheb ibn Hunayf, who was a very beautiful companion, he had very nice skin, he was taking a bath. He was making ghusl. And another companion, Amr ibn Rabi'ah, happened to look upon him by chance, by accident, while he was performing a bath. And when he looked at him, he said, wow, I have never seen such beautiful skin, not even on a virgin woman. Saheb ibn Hunayf fell down at that moment, knocked out unconscious. Knocked out unconscious. So they went to the Prophet ﷺ complaining, telling him about what happened. And the Prophet ﷺ was very upset. And he mentioned, عَلَى مَا يَقْتُلُ أَحَدُكُمْ أَخَاهُ. Would one of you knowingly like to kill his own brother? إِذَا رَأَى أَحَدُكُمْ مِنْ أَخِيهِ مَا يُعْجِبُهُ فَلْيَدْعُ لَهُ بِالْبَرَكَةِ. Or كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. If one of you sees something in your brother that amazes you, then ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless it. To bless him in it or her in it. Now I know today we may not have an issue with people checking out each other's skin, at least for the brothers, but we have other issues. People looking at other people's cars and houses. A'udhu billah, even looking at other people's wives and saying, what's she doing with him? She should be with me. A'udhu billah. This is a sign of ingratitude towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you're not happy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you and you are jealous towards another brother, that is a sign of ingratitude. Moreover, the Prophet ﷺ even mentioned in another riwayah, إِذَا رَأَى أَحَدُكُمْ مِنْ أَخِيهِ أَوْ مِنْ نَفْسِهِ أَوْ مِنْ مَالِهِ مَا يُعْجِبُهُ فَلْيُبَرِّكْ. Or كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. That if you see something even within yourself or your wealth that amazes you, then ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you in it. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you in it. And a prime example for many of us today, especially the youth, when you get ready in the morning and you're looking in the mirror, and mashallah spending 60 minutes combing your hair and gelling it, making shirk with yourself in the mirror every morning, there's a dua that the Prophet ﷺ taught us. There's a dua that the Prophet ﷺ taught us when we look in the mirror. Allahumma ahsanta khalqi fahassin khuluqi. Oh Allah, you have made my physical disposition looking very nice, so make my character nice as well. SubhanAllah. What a beautiful dua. What a beautiful dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this deen of Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, I'm trying to save you from even falling in love with yourself to an excessive extent. You should love yourself, alhamdulillah, be happy for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you, and the way He made you look, but you don't want to go to this excessive level where all we care about is our looks. So make dua when you look at yourself in the mirror. Don't be jealous when you look at each other's bounties, things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given. Make dua for each other. Make dua for each other when you go to your brother's house and you eat there, or whether you're hanging out with someone and you see something that you like, make dua for each other. Make it often, and this will prevent this jealousy from within our hearts, and even bad thoughts crossing our minds. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for protection, for unity, to save us from jealousy. Ameen. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين وانصر الاسلام واهله في كل مكان. اللهم ثبت اقدام المجاهدين في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم رد المسلمين الى دينك مردا جميلا والى سنه نبيك مردا جميلا برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين. واجمع كلمه المسلمين على الحق يا رب العالمين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وأدخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. وصل اللهم على نبينا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين في المسلمين.